So what's up? How you guys doing? I am Davon Ambitious. This is Bring the Records Podcast. This is a podcast where we bring in the real when it comes to sports, and we bring the real when it comes to music. So how you guys doing right now? I'm in a good little mood right now. Just watch some games. It's pretty good. Been watching basketball a lot lately, getting close to the playoffs. So hey, gotta see what come up top. I hope my team do well, but you know what? Just one playoff win is good for my team. If y'all don't know, I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, but I try to bring unbiased talk about when it comes to my fandom era. But, before we get started, I do want to say condolences, give up my blessings to the family of George Foreman. He passed away recently this weekend. Great heavyweight basketball. I was about to say basketball. Heavyweight boxer. Went with Ali. A whole bunch of things like that. Was during my time, but I know how great he was. I remember I had a picture of him and Ali before, just that inspiration of being a boxer, just being that dominant person who just, you know, throw them hands. So yeah, I want to give my condolences to them. So, I want to do something different on this podcast, something I've been meaning to do a little bit. And that's just the look at some bleacher reports and go and just discuss those. And the report I want to talk about today is a report of Kevin Durant. I know you guys seen the headlines, him getting traded. I said before on this podcast how I feel about Phoenix. I'm gonna say it again for those who haven't caught me saying it. I think the Phoenix Suns messed up as soon as they traded for Bradley Bills, and this is showing now. But to me, if you just follow basketball, basketball a little bit, you see these different type of patterns. Like when you look at the Suns, sorry for Suns fans out there, but he just new owner syndrome, as some people call it. Like the fans or the owner just bought the Suns, got rid of players like Chris Paul because he was too old or whatever. To me, I personally would have kept Chris Paul. He's a great floor general for him. Despite what you say about Chris Paul, and I am kind of biased. It's one of my favorite players, but every place Chris Paul been on, he improved the record. And I understand it was a financial situation with the money and everything, but now with trading with Bradley Bill, you even worse financial situations because Bradley Bill can just stay on that contract as long as he want. He can cripple the team. He said it himself. He's like, yo, I'm good. The ball's in my court. And he knows in this court. He's getting paid like 50 million over the next 3, 4 seasons. So yeah, the ball's in Bradley Bill's court. He's pretty good. But anyway, they messed up by trading for him. They should have kept Chris Paul. Chris Paul was an aspiring deal with like 2, 3 years later. A couple years later, they could have just did that instead of trying to save the money then. And what they really should have did also was got more for DeAndre Ayton. They settled for him. I mean, at that time, the I'm about to say Tim was Trailblazers were selling. They could have got somebody way better. They could have maybe got I want to say Drew Holiday. He probably would have fit a little bit. No, I would never got Drew Holiday, but they could have got some better trades for him. Personally, I would have got more depth with that trade. Or to me, also they should have got Miles Turner, and he wanted Aiden really bad at the time. I remember the three teams that wanted Aiden was Pistons, Hornets, and Pacers. So the Pacers would have like, oh yeah, we want this young center. DeAndre Aiden would have messed the they would have messed the doggone Pacers up. Would it help the Suns them getting a 3-and-D stretch person like Miles Turner on the Suns? He probably would have been an All-Star by now. So it's revisionist histories and it's what is, but the Suns could have had a much better team, more defensive team if they would have been smarter. So it's sad, but you can just see them crumbling. Anyway, I say all that just to talk about the Suns are crumbling, they're falling down. So let's look into these what if trade scenarios and see what happens if Kevin Durant get traded. So like I said, it's my first time doing this right there, but let's look at this Bleacher Report where it talks about Kevin Durant getting traded, the best and the worst teams, landing spots for KD get traded. So I'm gonna go through some of these and just talk about it. They said worst spot, Golden State Warriors, which this might have been before the Jimmy Butler trade, so we can read a little bit. They say it's for Atlanta trade, learned to go trying to get blah blah blah. What Atlanta Jimmy Butler was finished Suns. Okay, this is probably before they wrote this before the Jimmy Butler trade. But even then, like, do we want to rekindle this? I understand it. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, KD, he was nice on the Warriors and things of that nature, but do we need Kevin Durant back on the Warriors just for we can try to rekindle what was. To me, it wouldn't be a good spot. I mean, it'd be fun as fans and stuff, especially if Clay went back and it's like, oh, the whole team is back together. But yeah, this wouldn't be a good spot at all. I wouldn't want that at all. So next, we can just go to the next one because I got one also at the end of this spoiler. If they don't say, this is my first time looking at this article, even though it's older from February 25th, I think they wrote it. I want to say a spot that I want to talk about. If it's not on here, if it's on there, then we just talk about it more. So Houston Rockets. So this trade been talked about a little bit, and I kind of see it too because the Rockets need more of a scoring punch. But to me, even though they say this is the best spot, I don't know if that's necessarily best for KD. And the necessary thing is like, okay, the Rockets are good, but they're a good young team. They're gonna need a little bit more, veteran presence for me to think this will actually be a really good trade. I mean, it'd be nice on paper, don't get me wrong, but KD with a bunch of young dudes, and I know they got, see on the clip right here, they got Dylan Brooks, but they probably involved in that type of trade. So I don't know if I want that. The only person the other guy also have is Van Vliet, and he's a veteran. But to me, this trade just want to be the best case because it'd be KD playing with a bunch of young guys, pretty good. But I don't necessarily see the fits necessarily. It might be okay, but yeah, I'm going to pass on that. I don't necessarily think that's a good fit. I mean, this is one of the things that look good on paper, but I still think their point guard situation is okay with Van Vliet, but with so many young guys, yeah, I wouldn't go for it personally. Worst part, Dallas Mavericks. I actually gotta disagree with this, and this is probably before. This can't be before the Luka trade because yeah, they talk about AD right here. I actually think this would be a really good trade for them, especially me right now. Kyrie is injured, so we don't know how that's gonna be or anything. But if this would have happened, Kyrie on this Mavs team, and they can still keep Kyrie, AD, and they come back relatively healthy, I think this team would be great. Like straight up, they have so much defense. The offense will come between KD and Kyrie. This will be a championship team. It'll be a contender team. Picture this would be just like the a LeBron James team with like the Cavs. They felt their depth a little bit more. Come on, this team would actually be nice. They still keep people like PJ Washington, still keep people like Daniel Gafford. This team will actually be really nice. Only thing is they probably have to give us some pieces, but a team with KD, AD, and Kyrie, all the Reeds, that sounds so messed up. So you know what I mean? This actually be a cold team. So I have to disagree with this being the worst spot. It might be bad for like contracts wise and things like that, but as far as on paper wise, I think this would be good. So I'm curious, what do they say was so bad about this? I see right here. They say KD shouldn't die welcome to mess up organization. So for that standpoint, I agree. It would be nice in that big three, each over 30. They see right here, injury history, but to me, it would be the worst. Best spot, Miami. I disagree with this. I don't think Miami's a good spot for KD. I mean, we see the Heat culture right now and the different things of that nature. I don't think KD would fit in there. Him with Pat Riley, him and Jimmy Butler probably got similar rapport. They talk to each other. KD's too old to be put up with Pat Riley. KD's like 34, 35 years old. He's got his own mindset. He's not trying to build into that so-called Heat culture that Jimmy Butler talked about before. So this is another one that seems good on paper, but for KD, what he wants, get a ring, I don't necessarily think that'd be all right. And also, like he can put in buckets and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong, but pretty sure KD ain't trying to hoop like that on this team. And thing is, who will they get rid of? I mean, keeping Tyler Hero will be okay if he stay healthy. They have to get more for me if I'm KD to actually make this thing work for a championship contender because Terry Rozier ain't enough. Andrew Wiggins and him that'd be all right. Power forward, small forward thing. They can switch off each other a little bit. That'd be nice. But this team would not be a contender team. Bam is nice, but no. It is nice Tyler Hero is playing more point guard. Clippers, I don't know about this either. I'm kind of disagreeing with a lot of stuff they saying with this. I won't think this is a bad fit with KD because we just seen with like Kyrie's actually breaking out a little bit more, and like he played with Harden a little bit too. Same thing you can say with the Raptors. I mean, not the Raptors. Why did I say Raptors? It's because this dude is wearing purple right now. Look at it. Oh, grandma wearing purple. But no, it's probably the same thing with the Rockets. It's a team that's or not the Raptors, but the Mavericks. Lord, I'm sleepy. This is an older team. Kind of Clippers ain't disorganized anymore, but to me, I think this will actually be a good fit because Kyrie. It's no other things put it. Kawhi Leonard and KD on them together, switching off each other, that'd be cool. I mean, when you look at the Clippers team, they didn't make that much of a change when they got rid of Paul George. They pretty much just let him walk. So y'all tell me just upgrading Paul George for KD would be bad? I don't think so. And since Kawhi been back, he's been kind of nice, which I know is probably before he came, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see what they say about it. They saying injury prone. It's like AG. I can see injury prone. Yeah, it is. But at the same time, these mugs are so old. Do it really matter? OKC. I like this. Finally, they got one that I like. I think, honestly, all of us fans who are old enough to remember the old OKC days when they had Harden, Westbrook, Jeff Green, Serge Ibaka, doggone, who am I missing? James Harden. Yeah, before Steven Evans came on there, they had Ibaka playing, center, Jeff Green power forward. I think we all like to see this as a fan standpoint. So, like, yeah, we will want to see this best spots. Put KD on the Thunder, and that's an instant contender. Especially they fit in, mesh real good. Don't got to give up too much because they got all them draft picks. This team would be sick, especially they recruit. Not saying what happened, but I mean it's just a fan thing that we all want. Bring back all them old guys and just let them be, Westbrook be the sixth man. Harden being there, he can really be six man too, but let him be the starting two next to Shea. Team would be cold. It might not win a championship like that, but it'd be fun for fans just to kind of see him, go back to where do I start at, then retire. You know what I mean? Or stop. Anyone who can contend for the title from the moment that KG shows up. So what do they mean? Who can't contend for a title? I mean, yeah, I think this was a cop out. I mean, yeah, they said Durant is 36, torn Achilles. We know that he's still averaging 26, but it's not a room for him going to contender shop. So that's kind of like it's kind of a cop out to me. Of course, the same thing I was saying before about him being on the Rockets, why he want to be a good team. It's him being on the older team. So yeah, I don't know about that. Or a younger team, of course, it wouldn't work out because at this point in his career, why would KD want to play with a bunch of young guys? So that's how I feel about that article. You guys can look at that a little bit, but I think it's a good time also just to bring up a little bit about one of the teams that I think the KD will actually be fit on. And this team is a younger team, don't get me wrong with. I did say the Rockets, I really don't see a good fit on, but I do see another younger team that KD actually might be a good fit on, and that is the Orlando Magic. So we're gonna see how this look on the trade scenarios. I'm gonna go trades and see how they look later on. But I actually think KD on Orlando makes a lot of sense. Now they are younger teams. Y'all can take everything I said about Houston Rockets and transfer it to Orlando Magic too. But I kind of think they're a good defensive team for one. We noticed, and I think it's just a better fit. They got people like KCP. They can bring in more veterans for Durant. All he got to do is score. All he got to do is put up buckets. He don't got to put up much defense at all. All Durant got to do is he been doing for years, and that's just shoot threes, play make a little bit. The only thing about this, Franz Wagner and Pablo are both forwards. They both play that power forward, small forward role. So to me, they have to slide someone like Franz Wagner to two guard, which he played before. He has some playmaking abilities. He's not the best shooter, so it would be weird. But this team will make them extra long, will give them a lot of size, but they will also need a point guard, which trades go down. They might can get that Trey Young, which we know they need a point guard. They missed out on Fox, which I might talk about that in a later video, little teaser. But they need a point guard, and it could be someone like Trey Young or somebody to go with KD. But if they can slide Franz at two guard, KD at the three, Paolo at the four, and then maybe keep Wendell Carter at the five, that give him so much floor space and so much offense just off rip of having KD alone. Like you see the highlights and what KD can do. Like he can play make, do so many things, and just shoot his butt off. Like yo, his name is Trey Sniper for a reason. So the Orlando Magic don't have no three-pointer shooters like that at all. KD instantly replaced that. He gives them leaderships, show them how to win a championship, and it'll just be a fun team overall. If they fill in more spots, get like more floor makers, playmakers on the team, it actually would make them real deadly, and it would give KD his last little hurrah hurrah moment almost. So that's my team. I believe that Orlando Magic would be a good fit with KD, but like I said, we also got to see how that works out for money wise. And to me, I know they signed Franz and Pablo too, more of a bigger contract, but also if the contracts they don't have to give up, they can just give up a little bit of people like what's that dude's name? Get rid of someone like Jonathan Isaac and maybe Suggs. That actually might work. So while we're saying this, we're gonna go on Fanspo and just see how some trades look as far as how can they actually land KD. So if we look at Fanspo right now, I'm gonna pull it up right now. How could the Magic land KD? I know it'd be kind of hard, and trust me, I know y'all probably looking at this. They would never happen. This is crazy, but you know what? This was the fun about it. It's fantasy, y'all. Chill out. You don't got to so crazy. So look, KD's already got some trades on her. Let's see if people even talked about this trade scenario. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even want to look at this because a lot of these people they be on screen. Oh, here's a trade right here. Actually, I might look this up. They they said blow it up because Phoenix Suns suck. So in this trade scenario, same thing I was saying. Get rid of the Johnson Ice and get rid of KCP. They get KD. This is a lot, and I don't want to look at all this because like this is just extra stuff. But me see there's still similar things that people have been talking about. So if I remember how to do this, I'm usually on my phone with this, so y'all bear with me a little bit. Go to tools, go to trades, team one. Let's see how this will work out. Excuse me, Phoenix Suns, team two, Orlando Magic. And all I'm looking at this is contracts. 2-year deal, they definitely can make this work if they really wanted to. KCP, which I don't know if they really get rid of KCP, but all they really do is get rid of Isaac. And I know fans would hate this, but forget Isaac. I don't even like Isaac like that, to be honest. This actually might be an easy trade for them to pull off. That's it. Just them two. It's that simple. Maybe, unfortunately, you probably get rid of someone like Anthony Black, or I don't know if I could get rid of Jet Howard. Simple as that. Maybe do like that. That's simple. And too bad that Ty Jones didn't sign for long because they can get him in return. Maybe get someone like Ryan didn't. I was thinking, see, they could get him in return. Maybe he's not there either. But pretty much that's all they have to do. It's not like they have to give up much. It's giving a little bit of the young piece, but it's not giving. I mean, they just signed KCP. Try this trade out and see. Pretty sure it works money wise. I forgot where you got to do trade. Try this out at. It's probably right in front of my face too. This looks so much different on the computer. It said it failed, but it's other different reasons why it says it failed. So I'm pretty sure this will match. It's just small tweaks, whatever. They sell over the cash space by only $1,000. They can make that work. Okay, yeah, they can make that work. At the end of the day, they definitely can make that work. So I ain't really worried about it like that. So that's one of the trades that if Orlando can pull that off, it might can save them. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's a good trade, or is that a trade that's like, no, they shouldn't do that at all? Personally, don't get me wrong. I do believe it's a little bit wild, but I think it's fun. And you know what? Why not bring some fun to the podcast? Why bring some fun to these different trade scenarios. So yo, that's my video. I want to thank y'all again. This is Brandon Ruckus Podcast, a podcast where we talk about sports, we talk about music, breaking it all down. We keep the raw, keep it real, and we just continue to bring the ruckus. So comment below, what team do you guys think that KD should be traded to in the off season, and what team do you think would just be like a fun little team to kind of boost KD's career that people ain't really looking at? To me, it's not that I love the Magic, but I like the Magic because I mean it's gonna make them a seriously threat, especially if they can go back and get Trey Young still. So think about that. Trey Young, KD on the Magic, that'd be a sick team. A lot of scoring. It'll help all their offensive problems, in my opinion. So, comment below what y'all think, and I'll catch y'all later on the next podcast. Peace. Thanks.